mentioned earlier.
But he did travel.
In Bilbao.
Yeah, exactly. And he's been back to see his grandparents. Yep. He speaks the language of his grandfather's dialect. So that also helped his transition into the Ghanaian team in such a short time to have that familiarity and comfort.
Speaks Akan, the language that's spoken quite widely in the southern part of Ghana. Early sparring stages. Stadium 974. Might sound a bit unusual, the name of the stadium, but
sounds like a supporters group.
Nothing to do with that, though.
Skill. Rồi thì dulu छोड़ देता हुआ
Far too strong for their initial opponents, Iran. Be sure to be with us tomorrow. Be sure to be with us every day. for that matter. Wouldn't you say, Ali?
Well, I'll take a break from you every now and then, but
I don't blame you, to be honest. Most people want to do that. Salisu for Ghana. And that will be a Ghanaian throw. How about how Ghana are acquitting themselves defensively against Portugal so far?
exactly how they wanted to set up and deal with just this side-to-side action from Portugal. Not a lot of penetration happening, but it can happen in a split second. That Portugal's going to slice you open and get in behind. Find that finishing touch, that final pass. All numbers of players in the midfield with a ton of creativity. But Ghana quitting themselves well. And they're going to grow in confidence if it continues along this way.
Once again, Jiku getting himself on the ball. Daniel Amate just right-hand side of the fence, and here's a gap emerging. But it's João Cancelo who closes off the space, crucially for Portugal. Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes had the arm raised, wanted it played in his direction. Otavio trying to chip that one through. João Felix played it out of the game the last few minutes after a bright enough start. And there is João Felix, but not disappointing there. And here the drones. Stadium 974.
But Cristiano Ronaldo will still applaud that service because he knows that João Felix is looking for him at that back post, and that was where Ronaldo was sitting again, just in between the outside, the left center back and the left wing back, Baba. But on the flip side, Derek, we've seen a couple blueprints already of what Ghana wants to do. If they can pull up Danilo or Ruben Diaz, there is space in behind.
There's Amate, Leicester City defender. Been with them since January 2016. Appearances when they won the Premier League title, 2015-2016. Both sets of fans generating plenty of noise and atmosphere. Looking at the knot of Ghanaian supporters away to our right, behind that goal, behind the goal where Lawrence Atizigi is situated at the moment. Danilo. Rafael Guerreiro. Many people thought Nuno Mendes would play from the outset. 20-year-old left back. But it's Guerreiro given the nod. So not an especially comfortable first part of the season in the Bundesliga for Guerreiro. Borussia Dortmund, especially in their last game before the World Cup. They lost 4-2 against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Ayew. Such an important figure on and off the pitch for Ghana, you just feel.
Yeah, and he's been bright in terms of his outlet play, just being the player that can relieve some of that pressure for Ghana when they do win possession. Always moving to just be that player that they can release it to.
Hasn't been a fast-paced first half so far. Leisurely.
It's like us going up the stairs today.
Well, not you, but you can say me.
I said us. We're a team.
You didn't have to. It's Portugal trying to click into gear this time, and Bruno Fernandes have made that run towards the penalty area. Nothing wrong with the idea. As Otavio tried to play that longer pass. Danilo stepping in. Over on that right-hand side, and the whistle is sounded. It will be a Ghanaian free kick.
And even though that longer pass didn't come off from Otavio, it's important because you've got to make that back line just wary of that space in behind, so they're not as eager to jump into the seam in front of them. And here's the challenge between João Felix and Seydou. High arm. Felix got him first, though. João Felix.
previous World Cup appearances for Ghana. 2 of the 3 appearances they've made it out of the group. Even though the FIFA ranking might not indicate this, we've got to believe that it's possible in this section. Portugal are, of course, the big favourites. And Korea Republic, the other sides of the section.
Yeah, but we've seen what... Expect the unexpected in this World Cup. Big teams fall.
Pass that time by Bernardo Silva. Ronaldo, who's set play rages on. Bernardo Silva, need a good ball here from Guerreiro. Didn't quite get it, now he's got to cover up defensively for Portugal. On 1 or 2 occasions, Ghana have been able to spring the swift counter-attack. Thomas Partey protecting the ball, dicing with a bit of danger there. And it's forward by Atizigi. Relatively straightforward one for Danilo, but he took a bit of a clattering.
And when Portugal goes up tempo in their press, in their counter press, much more lively and look more positive.
Joao Cancelo.
Few touches for him.
Trying to get forward, but Joao Cancelo.
Few touches for him.
Trying to get forward, but he can't. Left back as well as on the right. It's Jiku who knocks it away for Ghana. With Danilo. And here now is the man we were talking about seconds ago, Joao Cancelo. Bruno Fernandes. Joao Cancelo. Just a little bit too strong for Joao Felix. Might get it back. Here he does, Joao Felix. But leaning back. And not the desired outcome.
No, but it's a really good look from Portugal, and you're going to wonder, or perhaps you won't, why so many of their services are on the ground. Because they... No, but it's a really good look from Portugal, and you're going to wonder, or perhaps you won't, why so many of their services are on the ground. Because they don't have a lot of tall presence besides Cristiano Ronaldo inside the 18. They've got smaller players, so they like to keep the ball on the ground. If they can get in those half spaces, they want to slide that across the box on the ground and give their players a better opportunity to get on the end of it.
Again, for a wrap-up of all the World Cup highlights, special guests and in-depth insight. It's World Cup Tonight with Kate Apto, Mo Edu, and America's World Cup fan, Chad Ochocinco, who gives us his fan experience. He's at this game as we speak. Tonight at midnight on Fox. World Cup Tonight. To have the pleasure of your company on this Thanksgiving. Derek Ray here with Ali Wagner. Watching Portugal and Ghana. Match for these two in Group H. To the point where everyone will have played at least one game or one game. Precisely.
So well done by Ruben Neves.
Bernardo Silva just spooning that one off. Bruno Fernandes, free kick. And a challenge coming in there by Abdul Samed, singing his praises earlier. Steadying influence for one so young.
But one of the things that Ghana has to consider coming into tonight's match against Portugal is how good Portugal is on set pieces. You can't afford to give away free kicks in dangerous areas, and I would qualify this as one of them. We'll see where Ronaldo fades into, because they're going to... You can't afford to give away free kicks in dangerous areas, and I would qualify this as one of them. We'll see where Ronaldo fades into, because they're going to likely find him on his second ball here, not necessarily that first service.
3 opening matches at the World Cup. Portugal 2 draws, 1 defeat. They don't often start in spectacular fashion, taken by Bruno Fernandes. Able to pick out a teammate. Really accurate enough.
No, but I think they were going for that far post ball to Ruben Neves to knock it back across.
Marte was there for Ghana. Stout defence from Ghana so far, but not on this occasion. However, he's not going to get it. Ronaldo netting. A couple of the players had stopped. The referee, Ismail El-Fat, had already blown his whistle. This was Joao Felix.
Yeah, just crafty from Joao Felix. Not expecting that ball, and I think that's a fair challenge between two players just trying to body each other up and get positioning.
Ronaldo against Alexander Jiku. And right, the decision going against Cristiano Ronaldo. Kudos, and that is what he can do. That's why you've got to keep tabs on him. It's Danilo who gets in the way for Portugal. Let's have a flair for the dramatic. My Dutch colleagues tell me that with Ajax he's sometimes playing on his own, not so much as part of the team concept, but a little glimpse there of the extent to which he might be able to trouble Portugal, Ali.
Yeah, certainly, and playing the role defensively quite nicely tonight, just tying in and executing on that front. But you said it, exciting to watch when he does get the ball to his feet.
Ronaldo. Looking decidedly cheesed off there, wasn't he?
I don't think he was chasing that touch one way or another.
Well, they got the decision. Just walked away from the transgression.
Before.
Yeah.
And Baba knows his beat, just holds him up. But again, Cristiano Ronaldo is going away from goal there. You don't take that foul. It's not dangerous if he gets on the ball in that deeper position. Now you're giving them a dead ball situation where, again, they can be so potent. Ruben Diaz, another target for them, but Cristiano Ronaldo just hanging out an offside line. He's going to check back in, or as that line drops, he'll be played in an onside position if they opt to go to that far post and try to knock it back towards him.
Let's see if it might work out for Portugal on this occasion in terms of the set play. Bernardo Silva drops away. He's left to Bruno Fernandes. Danilo might have been the target, but Ayew getting his head to the ball, and a corner here for Portugal.
And just quickly, I mean, impressed with Ghana and how clued in they are, because we talk about you cannot lose your focus for 1 second. They're making sure that they're picking up any of the short options. And here they come.
Short corner favoured Otavio, who had stayed back, and pair of hands. Lawrence Atizigi. He's talking about first becoming a goalkeeper in the build-up to this tournament, Atizigi. So his parents at first didn't want him to play football, be a goalkeeper at all, because he's always coming home with a dirty shirt. He's in the territory sometimes. Thought about being a doctor, but actually chose the footballing route, the goalkeeping route. Joao Felix. Room for improvement, I think we can say, as regards Portugal. And they should be setting lofty standards for themselves.
But Ghana's been organized, to be fair.
I think that is absolutely fair.
Just look at how tight it is between that back line, that back five, that mid three.
Ronaldo to glide in that deeper position. Losing the ball that time was Ruben Neves, who's the captain of Wolves, sadly propping up the Premier League in England at the moment.
And that's exactly the danger. You play that ball in a central area, you think you're under control, but those defenders can close so quickly.
Salisu forward, but there was tigerish Ruben Neves. And back the way goes Bernardo Silva to Diogo Costa. Young goalkeeper, 23, of Porto. As you were saying earlier, Ali, certainly the goalkeeper of the future. For years at major tournaments it was Rui Patricio. He remains, of course, with the squad, but the place has been taken by Diogo Costa. Ruben Neves, and that's a tiny ball. Joao Cancelo, and one way and then the other against Abdul Rahman Baba. He's kept him pretty much in check so far.
Pass na
Ruben Neves. Otavio. That was an interesting ball played in there. Effective run by Otavio. Danilo. Joao Felix. Difficult to play through this Ghana defence so far, and that pattern continues. Otavio fires it from some distance out. Held by Atizigi. To launch one here, and Yaki Williams hasn't had too many touches on the ball.
Dia pinning or is it out?
For Portugal, isn't in a bind to take any risks.
And yeah, he earns a corner, and they've been leaving Williams above it. Not a lot of defensive responsibilities for him tonight. In his own defensive half, along with Andre Ayew. Those are the two players that they're looking to find in transition.
Going to go the way of Ghana. He's looking for clarification there. Yeah, he's been told that it will be a corner, and that means Kudus. Actually thought it was going to be a throw near the corner flag. So Mohamed Kudus, and you have to be opportunistic against a team like Portugal. What can Ghana do? In there by Kudus, it's near away, but only as far as Kudus once more. And it wasn't a bad idea. It was certainly a good ball. Laced with menace, and Bruno Fernandes having to do a bit of defending for Portugal.
And we'll see this time if they target that center of the six. It's like where they get Saladu, one of the big men. They're going to opt to try to find. And Yaki Williams, another one.
This will be the left-footed Rahman Baba. So the away swing in corner for Ghana. Ayew is one of the players who wants to make a late run. Trying to get his head to it. And it comes. Sindhu in there. Flurry of pressure exerted by Ghana with the back-to-back corners, but 0-0 it remains here in Doha. Coming up next on Fox, Brazil and Neymar versus Serbia. Opening match for Brazil, favourites of many. We can't wait for that one. Will they be back at our base in time to watch it, Ali? You confident about the traffic tonight?
To get back?
Yeah.
I'll leave that up to Ram.
Our driver, Ram, has been brilliant.
But I'm excited to see Brazil get going. We talk about attacking talent. They are loaded.
Cancelo seems to come right off the face of Abdul Rahman Baba.
Yeah.
Kudus with the touch forward towards Yaki Williams, and he tried to release Mohamed Kudus, running back the way Danilo. I did say to you at the start, this is often what you see from Portugal at the beginning of tournaments, as Ruben Neves gets it all the way forward. They sometimes take a while to get going. Of course, there's a school of thought, Ali, that says you don't want to peak too early at a major tournament. Ease your way into it and get results. Doesn't really matter how well you're playing initially. I think you go along with that.
You certainly want to build some moments and momentum from your first game. And right now, just the fluidity that I've seen out of Portugal before has been lacking. And you can perhaps point to Otavio in midfield. You know, that was a surprise inclusion. Joao Felix, I think still deserves that start, but a different look if you have Rafael Leao. He has a surprise inclusion. Joao Felix, I think still deserves that start, but a different look if you have Rafael Leao. He has a surprise inclusion. Joao Felix, I think still deserves that start, but a different look if you have Rafael Leao. He has a surprise inclusion. Joao Felix, I think still deserves that start, but a different look if you have Rafael Leao. He has surprise inclusion. Joao Felix, I think still deserves that start, but a different look if...
Sure, Rio de Matadeiras. अबिरन मायाको पोसिनीहरू
In midfield, that was a surprise inclusion. It's been lacking. And you can perhaps point to Otavio in midfield. That was a surprise inclusion. It's been lacking. And you can perhaps point to Otavio in midfield. That was a surprise inclusion. It's been lacking. And you can perhaps point.
전에다가 Half time başı ki game zonda.
Ruben Dias. Bruno Fernandes. João Cancelo gives it back to Ruben Dias, and Ghana have been happy enough at times to stand off. Very tight defensively. And frustration for Portugal in this their first game at this World Cup. We're at the halfway stage. Portugal 0, Ghana 0, and Rob Stone will pick it up next. The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by Verizon. Rob Stone in studio with you. States. It is the 7th scoreless first half we've had at this World Cup, and the 3rd today.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup on Fox is sponsored by Prudential. Millions of people rely on Prudential's rock-solid strength for investing and financial planning.
Ah, humbug. My signal is totally ghosting me.
You need a better network. 'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
Plus, Verizon gives you another Apple gift too, like Apple Watch SE, iPad, Beats Fit Pro.
All for me.
No, Scrooge.
This Black Friday weekend, get our best deal of the year. Only Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro, plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats.
Finish. क्या गुंडा बनेगा रे बाबा, 400 रुपया देगा। क्या 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 अपन को क्या, अपन को सिर्फ पानी पिलाना है बाबा। 400 रुपया देगा, 400 रुपया देगा, देगा 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 देगा। Here we go. खेलने के लिए मिलने दिया था। हो मायाको कसैले क्या करूं और इसमें हुआ नसीब अपन को क्या अपन को सिर्फ पानी पिलाना है जी आफ्नै प्रोफाइल पनि जान्नु हुँदैन फुल टाइम ए चल्दै गयो त दोस्त त्यही छ मेरा मायाको कसैहरू माया कसले जित्छ त प्रेडिक्सन prediction. I have a question. Can you help? Unnecessary sebab ATV. कौन जीतेगा जीतेगा मैं जीतेगा जीतेगा Copy time, half time, half time, half time, half time. Kati minus bisa हामी अझै 5 मिनेट छ भने कुर्दा कुर्दा हो त कुर्दा कुर्दै हो गरी 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 ได้สู้พระอยู่บ่นี่ห้ามให้หรอกไว้เนาะขอเดียวนึงได้ไหม
Rahman Baba. And I think he knew what he was doing there, and just breaking up the potential Portuguese counter-attack.
Yeah, but even though Ghana is only throwing 5 players forward in transition, they're still causing problems for Portugal. They're sending 5, they're keeping 5 back for countermeasures, and that means it's more difficult for Portugal then to play in transition when they do regain it. Those are the countermeasures that Ghana is setting up.
Watching that ankle, Ronaldo, but quickly back up on his feet. Here he is, Cristiano Ronaldo, faced by Amarte. Holding his ground, Ruben Neves for Portugal. A challenge by Kudus, nothing wrong with it, apparently. Away now goes Samed, looking around him, Iñaki Williams in the middle, here's Kudus. The Ajax man on the left. What sort of ball will this be? Well, the answer is provided. And it's a corner for Ghana. The ball coming off Joao Cancelo. Bit more adventure we're seeing from Ghana.
Yeah, and Cancelo needs to understand that the ref is not giving him those calls. You can't complain. You've got to get back. You've got to understand how the referee is calling a match.
The president of Ghana is here, Nana Addo. Actually spent some time with the players, with Otto Addo this morning.
And they're showing you Salazar for a reason. One of the targets.
Imagine a roar if it were to go in, following on from this. Manbaba corner, and it was Salisu who tried to hang in the air almost. Seydou, but never going to trouble Diogo Costa in goal for Portugal. Quickly forward, but certainly had the situation under control there. Salisu.
You can see Fernando Santos sometimes telling Diogo Costa, the goalkeeper, to just hurry up tempo and try to release that ball into wingers quickly if he can. That ball almost comes off, but Ghana really wise. Gets back.
Thomas Partey forward, Diogo Costa coming all the way out, and there's confidence from Danilo, but Robbed of it by Ayew. And the illegal challenge from Otavio. Don't forget, coming up next on Fox, it's Brazil against Serbia. Opening game for Brazil. There are many who fancy Serbia as a team that could cause problems.
Do you?
Yeah, I do actually, yeah. I think technically very good.
Serbia disappointed us, though, in 2018, to be fair.
I also think Switzerland are more than decent in the same group.
Yeah,
So you never know. Now, Otavio, and here's Ronaldo with a bit of running room. Hasn't had much of that in this game. Ronaldo forced a little bit wide. And right, you've got to give Ghana credit for the way they've gone about their task, defensively speaking. Now, Kudus, who does have that extra something for Ghana. Ruben Neves maybe thought about fouling him. The shot comes in from Kudus. It's much more like it from Ghana in this half.
And just first-class stuff from Kudus. First, he spin turns Ruben Neves, and then we don't get a look at it, but he cuts off the recovery run of Neves again, and that gives him this opportunity to drive towards the 18 and release that shot. Just really well done by the young 22-year-old. Could have been a solo run to remember.
Well, a bit of a warning shot there. Meanwhile, Otavio is down. He collapsed in a heap just as that was developing. Really great fun to watch Otto Addo, natural enthusiast, the coach of Ghana, and changes coming now. We mentioned William Carvalho earlier. Will just be the one switch in actual fact here for Portugal. And Otavio his way off somewhat gingerly. So it will be William Carvalho. Plays for Betis in La Liga. Recently extended his contract until 2026 for the Seville-based club.
Very good.
He'll be the one that drives up higher a bit, the way Octavio was, to try to create that space underneath for Neves, who's getting on it now.
So William Carvalho, the velvet tank.
I don't think there's a better nickname.
There
are plenty of good ones at this World Cup now then. Felix on the receiving end there. The card is coming out, and it has been flashed in the direction there of Seydou. This is what he was found guilty of.
Yeah, just leaves a lingering leg in there as that ball is far gone from João Felix.
I mentioned earlier that Mark Clattenburg, our expert on refereeing matters, is with us. Mark, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think the referee's got to keep control here because Ghana are getting Portugal are getting frustrated with some of Ghana's tactics. You know, they're leaving themselves in, so the referee's got to be very, very careful here that this game doesn't boil over.
Thank you, Mark, as ever.
And when we talk about getting control, we often say, hand out a few yellows. Go over, talk to the players. You don't want to get anyone in card trouble. Let's not forget that if you get 2 yellows in group stage, you're out for that next match.
Just taking care of business there, the referee, Ismail El-Fat. And Seydou was who put in the initial challenge. He's trying to keep a firm hold on the reins. It's a very valid point that Mark makes, of course. Tense phase of this game. Well, it's a pretty stern talking to, isn't it?
Yeah.
João Felix is now back on his feet. This was the tete-a-tete, literally, and he made that motion towards João Felix, and that's what he's been warned about. Alidu Seydou. Can't really be doing that. Well, a test of refereeing mettle for the man representing the United States on this Thanksgiving Thursday. Portugal 0, Ghana 0. I mentioned this at the start, Ali. I've watched Portugal a lot in opening games at major tournaments. Covered them against Hungary in the first match at the Euros. Eventually won 3-0, but took a long, long time. It was 0-0 until the end phase of that one.
And part of that is the dogged approach.
Not value, and well, that's going to be too long and too strong.
And you just continue to try to wear down your opponent in possession. You're going to shift the ball side to side and look for that opening, that lapse in concentration from the Ghanaian side. But I do think that right now, watching the way Portugal's approaching those wide channels, the way they're attacking them, they don't seem to be aware that that wing back is stepping and rotating hard initially.
They have to pay attention here. Ghana, Bernardo Silva laying it off. Bruno Fernandes there. Just lost the composure for a fleeting moment, and that's sometimes all it takes against Portugal. Van Baba did well. Bukari come on. Tariq Lapti as well for Ghana. It's suspiciously like a foul, but not given. Bernardo Silva went down. Salisu intervening for Ghana. So the changes shortly. He's gone Ghana's way here. Didn't really approve, did he? Ruben Dias and Iñaki Williams. We've seen so little of the ball, but putting in a lot of work without it.
Yeah, absolutely. And when he has seen the ball, he's just had that good, strong back-to-goal presence, making strong, smart decisions, linking up with the others.
Portugal, 7 attempts, 2 of which have been on the target. Ghana, 2 attempts, not 1 on target yet, but we've seen more urgency. We've seen a more effective attacking plan from Ghana in this half. It's keeping Portugal on their toes. The way through it goes to Diogo Costa. Rolling it out to Ruben Dias. It's a marathon, not a sprint, the World Cup. We always have to remind ourselves of that. It can be critical of teams, especially teams who are regarded as being amongst the favourites.
Circa 2018 France. They started slow.
Yep. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, as the old song goes. Rafael Guerreiro. There's João Felix, exquisitely well touch on. Ronaldo goes down.
Penalty.
A penalty is given. A penalty for Portugal.
Dia penalty. Low. यसका राउको penalty पाएको बेला.
And that's it finally. The ball in behind the run out of midfield first from João Felix. He has a practical touch in behind that Ronaldo now runs onto. And it looks like Salisu gets there first. Here's the coming together, and he gets Ronaldo's foot and the ball. And enough that the ref saw it. I think he was behind the play.
Well, Ronaldo was quite happy to take the tumble. There was contact. There's always going to be contact. But contact in itself is not enough.
No, but it looked like it was just enough on his foot that put his stride off and sent him to the ground. And of course, when you feel that contact, when you feel that touch, you go to ground and put this decision in the referee's hands.
Well, Ronaldo, of course, is going to be the man to take it. And another chance to write history. Never before has anyone scored in 5 separate World Cup tournaments. It's going to be on with the game. A penalty given. The complaints continue to come from the Ghanaian defenders who didn't like it, probably because of the way Ronaldo went down. But you can certainly make the strong argument that that was a penalty. And the goalkeeper Atizigi is being instructed as regards what he's got to do, making sure he doesn't move off the line. Both feet. A picture of concentration. Cristiano Ronaldo. Almost as though a hush has descended upon this stadium here in Doha. Cristiano Ronaldo tried to become the first man to score in 5 different World Cups. And here is Ronaldo! And of course, he's done it!
Another stay dive, I guess. (1-0).
A long, long wait for the opening Portuguese goal. It has arrived, and it had to be Ronaldo.
Well, a man is made for these moments. Ronaldo gets there first. Salisu then hits that right boot of him, feels the contact, goes to ground. And this is why he's special. The mentality, the focus. Steps up and just rifles that one right by Atizigi. So much power. And Cristiano Ronaldo now matching the feat of Marta, scoring in 5 World Cups, the first man to do it.
Well, the celebration that followed was a special moment. And the fans here have indeed witnessed history. Portugal 1, Ghana 0. Another Ronaldo milestone is reached. But more importantly, in the context of this game, how do Ghana, Ali, pick themselves up?
With Lamptey coming in, he's going to be an attacking wing-back. And Edo said coming in, they knew they could take some risks and afford to in this first game. We'll see if they now start to send more numbers forward and not just 5 in the attack.
Tariq Lamptey is on for Ghana. Let's see if they can pose a threat here. They shot from Iñaki Williams. Deflection spinning into the clutches of Diogo Costa. Here's the man who's come on, Tariq Lamptey. Brighton and Hove Albion. Hails from the London area, qualifies for Ghana through his parents, originally through the Chelsea youth scheme. He was out for 10 months until not so long ago. A hamstring injury, a bad injury. Said he did a lot of reading during that time. A lot to contemplate. Ronaldo competing for it again. Let's just go back to the penalty incident and bring in Mark Clattenburg. Mark, your thoughts?
I think all we want is consistency from the referee. He disallowed, or he gave a free kick against Cristiano Ronaldo in the first half for a contact in the back. There was a clear contact on the foot and there's a push in the back for this penalty. So for me, it's a penalty kick and that's all we ask for, some consistency.
Did you think the first half was then, Mark?
I think it was a foul, yeah. There was a push in the back and we all allow shoulder to shoulder. That's allowed. But once you go shoulder to the back, they'll always be given as a free kick.
Thank you, Mark. Kudus for Ghana. Midway through the second half. Portugal with the breakthrough.
And this one.
Troubling Diogo Costa at all. Ronaldo's goal, the difference, and there it is. 5th Men's World Cup. With at least 1 goal. Ronaldo has embraced this tournament, just like he did at the others, and beyond the reach of Atizigi.
I mean, just the power behind it, because that's actually at a savable height. for a goalkeeper.
There's Tariq Lamptey. Daniel Amartey for Ghana. South Korea Republic to play next Ghana, and they finish against Uruguay. And even if they lose to Portugal here, certainly not the end of the tournament or anything close to that, given what happened between Uruguay and the Korea Republic. Portugal always the favourites, even though, as we said, they don't always start tournaments like a house on fire.
Then they grind out results.
It's going to be a free kick in favour of Joao Felix. Lamptey, the defender who went in.
I just go back to, Derek, that incredible touch by Joao Felix, the run out of midfield. That's what got him behind this back line of Ghana that's been really resolute and just shifting across and posing challenges, being difficult to break down. The awareness of Joao Felix, we talked about him before the beginning of the game, and just how creative he can be in opening up an opposition. He created that for Cristiano Ronaldo, and here he goes again. That ball is on. Guerrero doesn't play it.
Ruben Dias, quick reminder, Black Friday tomorrow, England against the United States, and coverage beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's 10 a.m. Pacific on Fox. You'll be glued to it, Ali. You won't be the only one.
With one eye on my prep work for our next match.
Always, yeah. We've got the Netherlands and Ecuador tomorrow. Ronaldo. And it was a good read by Salisu. Got to the ball ahead of Joao Felix.
And that's one of those you just wish those two positions were switched, where Joao is playing provider and Cristiano Ronaldo is running onto it.
Yeah, two referees here. Go.
Mentioned earlier, in his company. Yes, Ruben Neves. Danilo for Portugal. They're very good at taking the sting out of a game with their passing, with the possession. Occasional probing, but that was Thomas Partey at his best. And Amartey stepping forward. And Kudus, and he throws it towards goal. That was travelling, but beaten down by Diogo Costa. And Amartey again, and that was easy on the eye, wasn't it, from Ghana?
That shot from Kudus on a rope. But Amartey has been starting a lot of these attacks now. As you've seen, that Ghana is now risking a bit more, pushing on their wing-backs into more advanced positions. They've got full width on the pitch now. Now it's just a matter of some of that probing.
Kudus looking a bit slack here. Portugal.
Good.
And there's Andre.
1-1.
Ghana.
Ghana 1, Portugal 1.
The first goal by an African nation at this World Cup. Andre Ayew, timely.
And it had to be their captain. Here's the full width. When you have full width like this, you've got channels in the interior, and that's exactly what happens. They manipulate that back line. They pull out the right center back. Now you've got the gap between the two. Mohamed Kudus gets on the end of it and just slides this one across the 6-yard box. That goes by Danilo. And then the follow-up from your captain, the leader of this Ghanaian side, Andre Ayew.
Well, it's the man who's based here in Qatar, plays for Al Sadd, the son of one of the greats, Abedi Pele. And everyone celebrating for Ghana. Coaches, politicians, ordinary people but not Cristiano Ronaldo anymore. 1-1. And a real jolt to the Portuguese system. And, well, is it going to be shades of what we saw yesterday in the Germany-Japan match? Ghana emboldened here.
And we talked about it in that match. Do you play for a certain time period where you go and try to get a result out of a match? And it certainly looked like that.
Here's Ronaldo trying to take the bull by the horns, if you like. Partey, almost an iffy pass. He had to watch it all the way. Young Salis Abdul Samed of Lens scored 1 goal in 15 appearances for Lens in Liga. And try to put the wind up PSG. William Carvalho's pass that time for Portugal. Back to the drawing board after Ronaldo had scored that goal for 1-0, making it 5 World Cups for him, with at least 1 goal. First man to do that.
And let's not forget that Ayew was the one who equalized against the U.S. in Ghana's 2014 opener.
15 minutes remaining. Pure goosebumps for Ghana seconds ago. Andre Ayew, inspirational force on and off the pitch. Portugal continuing with this passing game, this possession game, and well, it was just a difficult one for Joao Felix. He's the goal scorer for Ghana, Andre Ayew. And substitution time here for Ghana. Bukari was actually originally due to come on a long time ago. Won't be the only change either. Jordan Ayew to come on.
And glimpses from that man, young 22-year-old, and what he's going to be capable of in the future. Some really good moments from Kudus.
And that's the end of the shift as far as he's concerned. So Bukari is on. Jordan Ayew, the brother of Andre, there he is. That moment of opportunism.
Don't slow me down, Kudus.
And he's going off. But he's being warmly applauded. He's returning the favour. So Bukari and Jordan Ayew on the pitch. Portugal have made a change as well. That's it for Ruben Neves. His evening is over here. And Rafael Leao has taken his place.
And that likely means Joao Felix goes into the midfield. Or Fernandes.
Pass there by Bruno Fernandes. And this is much better.
कस्तो बेला अड्केको हाने कि हानेन होला गोल गोल फेलिक्सले गोल हान्यो कस्तो अड्किन्छ यार यस्तो बेला
That was Portuguese perfection.
फेलिक्स स्कोर
And just how quickly it happens with now Bruno Fernandes in the midfield spot. Ghana's trying to go in one direction. Well, it's a transition to a transition. You pick out Bruno Fernandes in a nice pocket of space. He pulls away. Now he's opened it up. And the man that has opened up the game for Portugal. And Joao Felix with an incredible run. He gets that passing lane so it can be laid right into his path, and then he does the rest. Atizigi comes off his line, and that's a calm finish from the player that has been the difference.
पहिलाकै स्कोर हुने भयो त गानासँग 2014 के
The pass! And they're really exploding now. Rafael Leao, who's just come on. And that might be the clincher. It might break the back of Ghana. (3-1), a kaleidoscope of shifting emotions in Doha.
And again, Ghana just exposed in transition. A ball, square ball across midfield. Again, Joao Felix reading it, times his challenge incredibly well. Now you get the layoff, and then 4 players surging at a back 3 as the wing backs are pulled.
कस्तो झुकाइदियो गयो त्यसले यार रोनाल्डोलाई चेक हुन्छ नि उतादेखि
The timing looks good as that ball's laid in perfection. And then Rafael Leao just picks out that back corner, falling away from it, shapes it perfect. And what a first touch for him.
Yeah, only just on the pitch and slotting it home. Well, he was named the most valuable player in Serie A when Milan won the Scudetto. And well, the Portuguese fans now can exhale. But a different story for Ghana. A lot of stoppage time based on the track records of officials at this tournament so far and based on the instructions they were given.
I do think, though, that Fernando Santos is going to have to take a look at whether or not he did start the right starting lineup. So often Bruno Fernandes is in that central area, Bernardo Silva's on the right, and that chemistry works really well. And a different look with Rafael Leao on this left-hand side. Against that high line, his pace in behind would have been a threat in that first half, but it's all for naught because they're happy sitting up 3-1 right now.
Rafael Leao jousting there with Daniel Amate, who takes the free kick for Ghana. It's important to try to keep the damage down, because it might come down to goal difference in terms of moving on. Really important to try to find another goal from that point of view, from the Ghanaian point of view, but they stepped up the highest line, and Ronaldo is away. And Cristiano Ronaldo foiled there by Atizigi. And, well, they going up anyway. Wry smile from Ronaldo.
I mean, just swatted away. There's the high line. You can see Ronaldo clearly ahead of the 2 backs that are in the deepest position, but he still cuts off the recovery run. Smart play, but good save by Atizigi, even though it's all for naught.
Almost in the manner of swatting away a fly. Lawrence
a basketball,
Atizigi.
Get out of my house.
Here's Lamptey for Ghana. Well, they've opened up a bit in the second half. I suppose you might say they paid the price for that. Some of the organisation that we saw in the first half missing after the break as Carvalho provides the pass for always fluent Joao Felix. He's gone down and stayed down. Joao Felix. This will be taken into account in terms of keeping time.
And that's just good play by Salisu, just bodying off the player, getting between the ball and the man. Not a high arm, even though it does go towards that neck.
Just a reminder, for a wrap-up of all the World Cup highlights, special guests and in-depth insight, it's World Cup tonight with Kate Apto, Mo Edu, and America's World Cup fan, Chad Ochocinco, who gives us his fan experience. He's at this game with us. That's tonight at midnight on Fox. I'm hearing that 1 or 2 people are making fun of the way that Ian Dark and I say Chad Ochocinco.
Finally, a pronunciation error.
It's our accents.
No, I'm not going to call you on it.
Accents make it sound a bit different, but Chad has seen a wonderful
so
second half.
now you get to blame the accent,
No.
huh? When convenient.
Changes coming here for Portugal. But they have this bit of breathing space. A little bit more than 5 minutes to go. João Mario will be one of the men to come on. Palhinha as well. He's been terrific for Fulham. Watched him a lot. Superb tackler. Decent idea on that occasion by Saris Abdul Samed for Ghana. They are leaving themselves open. Ronaldo is just trying to hover there and get into those central positions behind the defence. There'll be 3 personnel changes in all for Portugal.
So amazing.
Portugal. Gonçalo Ramos also given a run late in this game. It's been a bit twitchy at times for them. It certainly was. It was 0-0, and then Ayew, that equaliser. It's all happened in a hurry in terms of the scoring in the second half.
85 minutes gone.
Did away by Danilo, and here at header as well for Bruno Fernandes.
And to that point, Derek, that it's happened in a hurry, it's a good learning moment for this Ghanaian side. Remember, there's only 2 that have ever played in a World Cup before in the squad. And when you have moments like that where you concede, you've got to get together, you've got to regroup, you've got to calm down.
Epa. 70बाट त उहाँमा
You get caught up in this crowd and the excitement in the moment, and you make rash decisions.
Portugal have got Uruguay next. Uruguay, who are not short of talent at this World Cup, with the likes of Fede Valverde, Darwin
Nunez.
Yep.
He was on my fantasy team for Premier League, and then he got hurt, so I had to take him off.
There's Rafael Leao, just couldn't quite judge the flight of the ball. So it's played by Bruno Fernandes. And now for the changes. It will be Palhinha, João Mario and Ramos all coming on. Well, Ronaldo has played his part. There will be some who feel that the penalty award was a bit soft. You heard what Mark Clattenburg said. Looking always for consistency, and he dispatched it to make it 5 World Cups. First man to score in 5 separate World Cups.
And the 50th all-time goal for him as well. But I still think that João Felix is the player of the match for Portugal. He had the assist, he had the goal, and then he had the tackle that set forth the ensuing transition of 4 players running at the Ghanaian back line. It got them up by 2.
João Felix has also gone off, in addition to Cristiano Ronaldo.
And we said it coming into the match, you know, this team is so much more than Cristiano Ronaldo. And he certainly shifted the way Ghana was going about this game with that opening penalty. But then you get some of the insertions of Rafael Leao with that 3rd goal, with the game that João Felix laid down tonight. A lot of weapons in this side, much more than just Cristiano Ronaldo.
2 minutes of normal time remaining. Ronaldo, João Felix and Rafael Leao with the goals of record for Portugal. There's Rahman Baba and
Tayo.
It's another one. They pulled one back, Bukari. He wheels away in celebration. Too many Portuguese players standing stock still just after Ronaldo being replaced. And Ghana have reduced the arrears. 3-2.
3-2.
And really out of nowhere, just a high line. A good ball in behind though. And João Cancelo just exposed on that, gets it all wrong. And then a great service just across the 6-yard box. His partner goes with them, and Bukari gambles that the service is going to come in.
Hands on cái hand. Three and the other last.
And sure enough, just a clean header nods it into the open space in the goal.
Say it. 3-2.
And they have life.
Goal difference नहीं हुआ है ना ऐसे.
Well, changes afoot for Ghana on the back of that. Well, yeah, I wonder what that's all about, that celebration, yeah?
A little at you.
A little message being delivered in the direction of a certain Cristiano Ronaldo.
Low, high
That he's made famous. Now the yellow card is out here. Things get a little bit tetchy. And then Marte and Danilo almost facing up to each other. Referee just trying to control all and sundry. Well, that's strong refereeing. For a second, Danilo there and Iñaki Williams bringing the pair of them forward. Just a bit messy at the end of this game. But 3-2, and you never know.
You never know, and if you're Ghana, you just keep pushing the tempo. You get in on some of these half challenges.
Looking for both of them, Iñaki Williams and Danilo.
Just good, strong hold-up play. And we'll see if it's extracurriculars. In fact, it is.
A bit of afters there. All the while, waiting to bring on the reinforcements. Geré is the other one of Freiburg in the Bundesliga. To win their aerial joust here, Ghana. The belief is back at 3-2. They promised a minimum of 9 added minutes. In by Thomas Partey. And that is going to be a goal kick.
And you've got to keep doing this if you're Ghana. Just put pressure on Portugal. They're rattled right now.
So here are now the changes. So it's going to be Semenyo by the look of things to come on. Information of the looking earlier for Williams. Daniel Geré used to be with St. Pauli in Germany in the Zweite Bundesliga, the second division, but with Freiburg he's had his ups and downs so far there in terms of his own form and appearances. Playing for a very good club under Christian Streich. Still time here for Ghana. What can they pull out of the fire? Can they test this Portuguese defence? Who made that initial run. It's lucky, but it's overhit. It's overcooked. On this Thanksgiving. Portugal aren't going to be in any great rush, are they?
No. Two very different approaches to how to manage these last 7 minutes or so. For Portugal, you want to slow the game down. You need to keep your cool. You don't take risks at the back. You got to play more direct. Look for that second ball. Keep things tight. If you're gonna push the tempo, take risk in terms of getting some more numbers forward.
93 minutes count, 6 minutes. Can they hold it? 100-minute penalty for Ghana. Oh my god, Joe Biden just scored. Let's go. और क्या था Bayangkan
Disguise. Joao Mario was almost in business. Carry forward, nobody really in the vicinity for Ghana.
Look.
And element of risk, real element of risk about that from Diogo Costa. No damage done.
And then a direct shot.
And there's the challenge, the illegal one, the yellow card.
And the yellow card, the bad is so
And Bruno Fernandes is livid with Diogo Costa, just screaming at him, why are you not getting that out?
His 50th international appearance, Bruno Fernandes.
Keeper comes in this.
Almost 5 minutes into added time. Portugal looking a bit rattled. Joao Mario.
Look.
Measured ball, and it's Rafael Leao now. And he has a go. Falls kindly for Ghana. For Bukari again.
Nice.
Nervier for Portugal than it might be a few minutes ago.
And that's smart right there. That play by William Carvalho. Not to hit it to that far side and expose yourself potentially in transition. Just keep it on this near side.
It has been a valiant effort by Ghana. We did pose the question, would Ghana be the first African side to score at this World Cup?
Not just one.
Question answered in the affirmative, yeah, twice. 2-0 draws by Tunisia and Morocco. It's for Senegal and Cameroon. And that was a sort of penalty.
वाकई पार दिया छाती
3-2 could have an impact on the arithmetic
and also build confidence going into the next two matches.
Portugal trying to keep it, trying to keep Ghanaian threats at bay.
And we so often talk about building into a World Cup collectively, but it also goes to individually. Having a very good feeling from the match, from your first moments, from your first minutes in a World Cup, incredibly important. He knows that all too well in his fifth.
Absolutely. Also went down, Rafael Leao. Rather enjoyed his few minutes on the pitch. Waits. Comes and flapped at it a little bit. Ziggy.
But again, why are you serving now? You're up 3-2. See the game out. Now you give possession to Ghana.
And Baba's pass. They're on the move again here, Ghana. 97 minutes on the stopwatch. They promised a minimum of 9 added minutes altogether. Andre Ayew is now a spectator. Scored earlier, and why not? I mean, that is the way you've got to think. You've scored once already, as Bukari has.
But this moment doesn't happen if Bruno Fernandes doesn't serve that set piece or that ball from the wide area into the box, because Ghana then comes down. No pressure on the ball for Bukari. He says, let's see if I can test and tease Diogo Costa at that near post.
Diogo Costa first Well,
it has been quite the ride in the second half. After the first half didn't really get going. Ronaldo, the first goal of the contest from the spot. I'm sure everybody in the studio will have their own opinion about the penalty, but I usually listen to what Mark Clattenburg has to say. I think we all ought to, having refereed at the very highest level. And it is a matter of consistency within a game that you're looking for. Tell you what, though, I've enjoyed Ghana in the second half, Ali.
No doubt. More attacking initiative. After they went down a goal, they went and tried to steal some points from it.
Low.
Not the watertight Portugal of many recent tournaments. It's often been defence first. Things close to the vest. It was that way in the first half, but a sea change here by the Doha waterfront after the break. One last push maybe from Ghana.
Hayo,
But there is Diogo Costa. Will that be the final Ghanaian statement of the night?
And Red idea, just not the right trajectory from that ball into the box.
Oh, and Diogo Costa, what was that?
Keeper kiya.
Well, they get away with it.
Keeper ta loidar रहेछ यार.
Not something you see terribly often at this high level, and now action spills over to the other end, and Bruno Fernandes for Portugal, and Rafael Leao. Bizarre ending here.
And really a lesson in not
त्यस्तो चान्स
how to see a
नहाल्ने रहेछ
game out.
अनि कहाँ हुन्छ. काम छैन यो पोर्चुगलको टिम.
And there it is. The final
Last
whistle.
minute and Ghana
Really did give us everything. In the end, not quite
यसलाई
enough.
नखेलाइन्छ यो
Ronaldo
Diogo
and
Costa.
company get the 3
पछाडि
points, but
बसिरहेछ.
Diogo Costa in the dying embers with a complete
चिप्लेर यार त्यो यार.
howler. Loss of concentration, but no damage done.
रोनाल्डो झन्डै ढलेको.
Well, plenty for Rob Stone and the team back in the studio to discuss and debate. The main thing is, from Ronaldo's point of view, from Portugal's point of view, they have prevailed against Ghana by 3 goals to 2.
William. Chance to pago यार. Okay guys, see you. Final score 3-2 guys. Portugal win. 3-2 Ghana.